Today we're looking at embedding video in Flash, which is really quite simple. So I'm having a look at Basic Game again. Now on our splash screen for Basic Game, we had a motion tween. So I'm just going to delete that, delete the layer with the motion tween, because this is a scene where we want to add our video. Now also, just for this splash scene, we're going to have to put on frame 1, we're going to have to put in the command stop. So if I press Window or F9, but I can also go Window and Actions to bring up the Actions pane. And on frame 1 of layer 1 in the splash scene, I'm just going to type stop, because we're going to need this so that when we go to our splash scene and the video starts playing, that we don't just immediately exit the splash scene and cut off our video. So we need to stop our scene from running. So I just type stop there, okay, in frame 1. And I'm going to go to my document class as well, because there's a number of things that we don't want to happen when we're playing our video. So the first thing is we don't want any background music. So we're just going to comment that out for now. You could add this back in later after your video, but we're just going to comment it out, and we can just save that. And we might as well just adjust our scene arrangement. So I'm commenting out the sound, and I'm also commenting out this go to and play. I'm going to change this timer. I'm just going to increase it. So we have to allow all of our video to play and then have our timer go off. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to increase the value to 45 seconds so you can see some of the video before it transitions to our main game screen. So, and I can comment that out as well. That's related to sound. Final thing is, just for our purposes, we're going to change the scene order, and we're going to put the splash first. This is only because we're looking at this video. Now you may want to add back in background sound to start playing after the video, etc. So you can tinker around with this code later. Okay, so we made some changes to our document class just so our background music, etc. is not going to interfere with our video. Now back to this one, we put our splash scene first, and let's have a look at the timeline. The only thing we added was that code. So Windows Actions just has our stop. So the timeline's we're not going to exit the timeline of the splash scene and go to our game screen by putting in that stop. Okay, so the actual importing of the video, it's quite simple. So you go File, Import Video. Okay, and it asks you, where is your video file? Okay, so you should have downloaded that before. Now, and I did. I've downloaded the Star Wars trailer, and I've actually downloaded as a Flash video file type. So that's ideal for when you're using Flash, but you can also use MP4. There's a whole list, a massive list there of supported video types. Flash should be able to play most of them. You may encounter some issues with some of the newer video types, but generally Flash will play most of the video types. Okay, open. Now you've given two options, and the default which we'll use is load external video with playback component. Okay, that's what we're going to use. And the second one is embed FLV in SWF and play in timeline. So the second option actually puts, like it says, it embeds the FLV file into your timeline. So it makes your FLA file a much larger because it's actually containing your video. Whereas that first option is you have your video separate, and Flash using this playback component actually manages the playing of the video. And the first option is a lot better because say you updated your video file, it still has the same name, but you've changed your video file. Well, you don't have to go and recompile your Flash game again, because the only thing Flash knows about is the file name. It doesn't know about the Flash file per se. Anyway, So load external video with playback component, click on next. Okay, now you're given an option here of skins. So skins basically control the playback controls that appear underneath your video. So let's have a look at some of these. It's quite small, but this one, minimal, flat, custom, color, all. So it gives you a lot of controls there. You've got the play button, I think a seek button. You've got the counter, and you've got volume control, etc. So there's heaps of skins, and they all have different presentation options and playback controls. The one I'm actually going to pick is just none, so I'm not going to use a skin, just because I don't want those playback controls. I just want to play the video. So next, now you just have a quick read of that, and then the second time you can ignore it. Finish. Okay, I'll just make it a little bit bigger so it fills up my scene, and I might change the background color. Actually, well, that's going to affect all of my scenes, so I could probably look at adding in a black background. It'd just look a lot better than the white. Anyway, I'll just leave it as is for now, just to demonstrate the video. Okay, so this is a Star Wars trailer, and let's play it.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Boom. There you go. That was a very low quality video, as you saw. You can use a lot higher quality video if you want.